Whoever approved the Next Generation Squad weapon program is either clueless or corrupt. Yeah, I said it, and honestly, I'm not sorry. Because I called this mess from the start, and now it's all playing out exactly like I warned. Today on Machine Squad, we're diving deep into one of the biggest military procurement blunders of recent years. The XM7 rifle, the overhyped 6.8x51 round, and why the Army's attempt to revolutionize the infantry weapons system is blowing up in their face. So grab your gear. This is gonna be a 15-minute straight shot of hard truth, facts, and fixes. Let's go. If you followed this channel, you know I've been tracking the Next Gen Squad weapon and GSW program for a while. I've posted videos, breakdowns, and predictions, and now we're seeing all of it unfold in real time. Recently, a new video dropped from a creator formerly with Task and Purpose, now known as Cappy. His take: the XM7 isn't living up to the hype, and soldier feedback confirms it. Everything from barrel life, to recoil, to ammo weight, it's all becoming a serious issue. So in this episode, we're breaking it all down. What the NGSW was supposed to accomplish, where it went wrong, and what the Army should have done instead. Let's rewind. The US Army wanted to replace the M4 and M249 with a new weapon system. The requirements were ambitious: defeat modern body armor, extended range over 600 meters, higher velocity, suppressed out of the box, shorter, more compact platform, new optic system with range finding and ballistic data. Enter the XM7 rifle, chambered in 6.8x 51.277 Fury, paired with the XM157 fire control optic by Vortex. Sounds good on paper, right? Well, pretty much everything. Let's start with the barrel life. To get the velocity and range the Army wanted, SIG created a hybrid case, steel base, brass body, and pushed chamber pressure up to 80,000 psi. For comparison, 5.56 NATO runs around 55,000 psi. That's a massive jump. Now, sure, modern barrels can handle that pressure for a little while, but guess what? We're now seeing reports of rapid barrel wear after just a few thousand rounds. Accuracy is dropping fast. Soldiers are seeing flyers, degraded grouping, all because of excessive heat and erosion. This is exactly what I said would happen. The Army traded durability for velocity, and they're paying the price. Another huge problem: recoil. The 6.8x51 round kicks like a mule, especially at full power. Even with the lighter training variant, the dumbed-down .277 Fury, troops are struggling with rapid follow-up shots and suppressive fire. That's a massive issue. In combat, you need to put rounds on target quickly and consistently. But if your rifle bucks so hard you're losing sight picture every shot, you're toast. And it's not just user fatigue, it's tactical failure. Less control equals fewer accurate rounds, equals reduced suppression, equals more friendly casualties. You know what else sucks? The weight. The new round is heavier. The XM7 rifle is heavier to 8.38 pounds before you even throw on the optic and suppressor. That's heavier than the M4 by nearly to full pounds. And because of that, soldiers are carrying fewer rounds. The standard magazine only holds 25 rounds compared to the M4's 30, and even then, they're running out of ammo during training scenarios. In some drills, troops had to fall back and get mags from rear units just to keep going. Did we forget the lessons of Vietnam? Fire superiority requires sustained volume, not just fancy optics and high-velocity rounds. Now, I'll admit, the XM157 optics sounded promising. Built-in rangefinder, ballistic calculator, digital enhancements, but even that is now facing criticism. Accuracy issues, tech glitches. It's not the game changer it was supposed to be. And if that's the case, the one redeeming feature of this whole system just went out the. So what could the Army have done instead? Let me show you. Option 1. Stick with the AR platform. Just upgrade the caliber. Take the M4. Keep the platform. Swap to something like 6.5 Grendel, 6mm ARC, 6.8 SPC. These calibers give you increased range, better terminal ballistics, and minimal recoil increase. You just change the barrel, bolt, and magazine follower. Everything else stays the same. That's cheaper, easier to train with, and far less risky. I've got a Robinson Armament XCR chambered in 6.5 Grendel with a 9-inch barrel. It can hit targets at 800 yards with no problem. Option 2. Use the AR-10 platform. 11 o'clock. Want more punch? Just move to an AR-10, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. I've got one right here. Lightweight, accurate, and capable of long-range precision. You get everything the XM7 was trying to do, without burning out barrels or breaking backs. Option 3. Go Bullpup. Use the right platform at 12 o'clock. Now hear me out. Bullpup rifles. I know, people complain about ergonomics, but they're wrong. If you're trained on an AR-15, you can switch to something like the Desert Tech MDRX in under an hour. It's intuitive, modular, and deadly effective. Supports 6.5 Creedmoor, 5.56, .308, and more. Short overall length, full-length barrel, converts calibers in under 5 minutes. Lighter than the XM7, compatible with high-tech optics. This platform solves every problem the XM7 creates, and does it smarter. So let's sum it up. The Army spent millions chasing a unicorn, and ended up with a rifle that's heavier, kicks harder, burns out faster, and carries fewer rounds. Meanwhile, better options were already sitting on the shelf. Was this just bad judgment? Or was it corporate influence? I'm not saying there's corruption. But hey, if SIG wants to send me $22 and a t-shirt, maybe I'll change my mind. Kidding, kind of. Look, we're not here to bash innovation. But the military should be choosing gear that works for real-world combat, not just PowerPoint presentations. If you want a high-tech warfighter rifle, it's time to look at what already works and build from there. Thanks for sticking with me on this breakdown. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe to Machine Squad, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you trust the XM7 in combat? What would you have picked as the next-gen battle rifle? Until next time, stay sharp, stay smart, and never settle for second best.